So a bunch of people went on a New York City subway, chanted "Raise your hand if you're a Zionist," and then requested those people to leave, which is pretty idiotic since they can't, force people to leave the subway train if they're a Zionist. But this is being considered anti-Semitic when you can be like American and be Zionist. So it's like you're being a Zionist doesn't mean you're a Jewish person, and so being anti-Zionist is not anti-Semitic.
To a series of anti-Israel incidents around New York City, raising concerns and condemnation from top officials, including a disturbing scene caught on camera on the subway. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky joins us with more. Aaron, good morning.
And good morning to you. With this escalating series of provocations in the city has moved beyond protest and toward what the mayor here has called overt, unacceptable anti-Semitism. Masked protesters took over this New York City subway car and demanded riders identify themselves if they're Zionists.
Raise your hands if you're a Zionist! Raise your hands if you're a Zionist! This is your chance to get out! This is your chance to get out! Okay, no Zionists, we're good.
The train was held on the station. Officers in riot gear descended onto the platform as some protesters clashed with police.
Why did they need to bring police in riot gear when there wasn't a riot going on? You would think they would call in police wearing riot gear after a riot starts, not before it starts, so that the police can instigate a riot or some kind of violence.
They were part of a rally that included a large banner, "Long Live October 7th," and the flags of terror groups Hamas and Hezbollah.
Okay. Yeah, that's these people flying a sign saying "Long Live October 7th" is pretty fucked up, as well as flying flags for Hezbollah or Hamas. They should be flying the sign for the state of Palestine, and as well as, being against what Hamas did on October 7th, because killing civilians on any side is atrocious. So that was messed up.
Protesters chanted "Long Live the Intifada," a reference to Palestinian uprisings, and set off flares outside an exhibit remembering the victims of the October 7th Hamas attack on Israel. Mayor Eric Adams called it reprehensible and vile.
I thought the actions that we saw in front of the exhibit was just despicable.
This surveillance video shows people getting out of a truck, spilling red paint on the street outside the Manhattan office of the Palestinian Authority, and scattering leaflets that called for more violence against Israel. Red paint and a threatening sign defaced the home of the director of the Brooklyn Museum, who was Jewish. On the door, they painted an inverted red triangle, a symbol used by Hamas. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer showed the pictures on the Senate floor.
This is not even close to free speech. It is intimidation, invasive attacks loaded with the threat of looming violence.
Police are now investigating whether this hateful vandalism is the work of the same people. And Michael, what you heard on that subway car is no longer a matter of free speech. Asking Zionists to identify themselves, the NYPD is now considering an implicit threat. They're looking to charge the leader of the call and response with attempted.
Okay, so is it a threat to ask anybody else like what their political affiliation is? Because being a Zionist is a political affiliation, not like a racial one. No one is born a Zionist. So that's really weird to consider it a threat to ask